Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria Timbet. If you are new, it has been so long. It's been way too long, but I am back. I hope you guys are all well and happy and healthy. Let's catch up in the comments. A while ago, I kind of mentioned in one of my previous videos how I've always gotten comparisons to Vanessa Hudgens, both online in comments and in person. I've had people, stop me and be like, oh my god, you look so much like Vanessa Hudgens. Or the classic, hey, has anyone ever told you you look like Vanessa Hudgens? The answer is yes. I also mentioned wanting to do a video where I do my makeup and try to look as closely to her as possible. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I thought it'd be a fun way to kind of come back and reintroduce myself because it's been a long time. All right, so this is the inspiration picture that I'm kind of shooting for. I'm gonna kind of try to do my hair like that, and I think it's a really beautiful makeup look in general. All right, so let's get into it. All right, hi, hello. I brought you in a little bit closer. So I'm gonna start off with the eyebrows. I kind of already have some gel in my eyebrows. I feel like that's gonna probably be the hardest part because my eyebrows are tattooed. They're like micro shaded, so I actually have a little bit of my eyebrow covered up with some makeup right here. It's a long story, but let's just say it's the consequences of my own actions. So anyways, so her eyebrows are they're straight-ish. So I feel like when I put my hair like how she has in a ponytail, it'll kind of make them a little bit straighter, kind of give a lift a little bit. So I'm gonna try to kind of work with that. I feel like her eyebrows always look very soft and kind of powdered almost. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the e.l.f. Halo Glow and kind of just go over my eyebrows a little bit. All right, I'm gonna go back in with my eyebrow gel. I am using the 24-hour brow setter from Benefit, and I'm kind of just brushing the front up, the beginning of my brow up, and then I'm gonna lay the rest. Again, try to kind of ignore that eyebrow. This eyebrow is not a good eyebrow, but we make her work. Two products to fill in my eyebrows: the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in Ebony and the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Pen in Espresso. So I'm gonna take the brow pen first. Now taking the Brow Wiz, the brow arches right here and then kind of goes straighter, and I will kind of correct the shape with concealer once I'm done filling it out. Now, I know I said concealer, but I'm actually going to go in with foundation to kind of curve it out so it looks a little bit lighter, more natural. But first, taking a little bit more of that e.l.f. Halo Glow and just super lightly kind of going over my eyebrows. I like to kind of apply it here and then build up towards the brow. And then again, I think that's pretty good. I wish I could get my inner parts of my eyebrow a little bit more fluffier, but I just don't have the hair for that. And mixed with the micro shading, it's just, I think this is as good as it's gonna get. All right, so I'm gonna do the other side. All right, I think this is okay for now. I'll kind of touch them up as needed as I continue. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay my foundation, and then we'll do the contouring and try to get her face shape right. So I'm gonna prep my face with the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray and the Milk Makeup Pore Eclipse mattifying primer. I just used the mattifying primer around my T-zone. And I'm going to use the same foundation that I was using around my eyebrows, which is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. And this is the shade Vanuatu. And I'm going to use the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Skin 704 brush. Buff that out, and then I'll go over it with a sponge to kind of smooth everything. I'm kind of curious if I can pull this off. I mean, obviously I kind of already resemble her, so I should be able to. I guess worst case scenario is I end up looking less like her after doing this. That would be kind of funny. All right, so we're gonna contour first and then we'll go on with concealer. I'm gonna be using the Rare Beauty Good Energy Bronzer Stick. So she's kind of got some around her forehead. Her chin is more square than mine, so I'm gonna try to kind of mimic that. And right here. Okay, and she has very high cheekbones, so I'm going to kind of cut straight down. And I'm going to place some here. I can use eyeshadow later, but I kind of already want to start to build that lift. And then taking some on a brush, I feel like she has kind of like some depth right here, going from her eyebrows to the bridge of her nose. And take some here. It's funny because my name also starts with a V, so aside from Veronica, I've also always been mistakenly called Vanessa. Alright, and I'm gonna kind of create a little shadow underneath my lower lip as well. So not only does she have a more square chin, she also has a little like dimple, divot in her chin. Okay, obviously this looks crazy, but I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna go over it with my foundation brush so it's a little less crazy. I'm just kind of creating that shadow. Okay, let's start to blend this out and then we'll go in with concealer. Especially for my cheekbone, I really want to kind of keep it at this angle. I don't want to buff it out too much. Her contour also kind of hugs her cheek a little bit, so I'm going to kind of add it like right there. Alright, for concealer, I'm going to be using the Hourglass concealer in the shade Beach. So I don't want to take it up all the way to my eye. She has like a very prominent, I forgot the name of that little area around your eye, like your lower lid. I don't know. So I'm kind of just taking it here. And of course we need a lift. Okay, so I'm also going to put a little bit on my chin, but instead of like directly in the center, I'm going to kind of do it here and here. Don't want to keep like that shadow. And actually really quick, I'm going to go back in with a little bit of my bronzer on my Cupid's bow, because I feel like she has a really prominent Cupid's bow. I'm kind of filling that in, and then I'll take a little bit of concealer and here to kind of fill out my chin area. Tiny bit on the bridge. I feel like she has like a smaller face in general than me, so I'm kind of trying to slim that down a bit. So I'm gonna add more concealer here. Gonna go everything with setting spray. And I'm gonna blend everything out with a brush because it's a little bit more precise than a sponge. I will go over everything with a sponge to kind of smooth it out. Alright, moving on to blush, I'm going to combine these two from Rare Beauty, the shades Virtue and the shade Hope. That was Virtue, and I'm going to take like one dot of Hope on each side. Her blush kind of looks like a very peachy pink. Blend that out with a brush. Alright, making sure everything is smooth before I set it. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Halo Glow to set my face. Alright, I've set everything. I'm going to use my Laura Mercier setting powder to bake my cheekbones and my nose. Okay, and I feel like the eye look is pretty simple. So I'm going to start by taking this brown shade from the Pat McGrath Mothership 5 palette. I'm going to kind of follow where I put that contour. Bringing it in a little bit further. And for the majority of my lid, underneath that, I'm going to take this beige shade from this Ilia Warm Nude Necessary palette. I'm actually going to take this brown as well. It's a little bit warmer. This is the Ciate London Editor palette. I'm taking that same shade underneath my eye. I'm going pretty low with it too. And then I'm going to take like a pretty dark brown. I'm using this one from the Morphe Nikita palette. And I'm kind of trying to define that area under my eye. I'm gonna take these beiges up here on the same palette, and I'm starting on the inner corner for like a highlight, and then bringing that onto the lid. Okay, quick break from the eyes. I'm gonna dust off this excess setting powder. I'm gonna take this Ilia Novelty Nightlight bronzing powder, redefine everything that I contoured. This is where I really want to define that chin dimple. To bring back my blush a little bit more, I'm going to use the Milani Baked Powder Blush in the shade Luminoso. These are so nice. They add a little bit of a glow. Tap that onto my eyelid as well. Okay, onto eyeliner, which I think is like the most defining part of her look. I'm going to be using the NYX Epic Ink Liner in black, and I want to angle pretty... all about the snatchedness for her. And hers goes all the way to her inner corner. Okay, and I'm going to take a pencil liner. This one is also from NYX. It is the Pitch Black Epic Wear Liner Stick. Bringing it into my inner corner. I'm going to kind of just lightly brush it along. I don't want it in my waterline. I just kind of want it along my lash line. I'm going to take an angled brush and kind of smudge it. And I just kind of noticed that she has a little beauty mark on the side of her nose. So I'm going to take my brow pen. Okay, so before I add lashes, I'm going to do my lips. I'm going to try my best to match her lip color. I am traveling right now, so I don't have everything that I normally would have, but her lipstick kind of looks like a warm brown mauve. So I'm gonna start with a brown lip liner. Again, I'm gonna also try to get like the shape of her lips right as well. Her upper lip is a bit more round. Mine is a little bit more pointy. Fill it in lightly. I'm gonna take this lipstick from Anastasia in Beverly Hills. It is the shade Staunch, and this is more pink. And then I think I need to define them a little bit more. I'm going to be using this brown eyeliner from Urban Decay. It is the shade Whiskey. It is a bit darker than any of the lip liners that I have currently. The Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip in the shade Hibiscus. And just real quickly, I'm taking that same brown liner and kind of defining the inner corners of my mouth, and then just cleaning anything up with my concealer brush. Okay, I don't feel like we're quite there yet. I'm gonna add lashes and then kind of see what I need to adjust or alter a bit. I feel like the eyebrows are throwing me off the most, but there's nothing really I can do about it at this point. I'm really hoping that when I do my hair, it'll kind of help. And speaking of, I'm gonna go do that now and we'll come back and reassess. Okay, so I think it's coming together now. The eyebrows definitely look a little bit more lifted like hers. I did kind of brush them out because I feel like the tails were a little bit too sharp, and I'm adding a little bit of the bronzer to my lips because I feel like they were just a little bit too warm. However, I do think I need more warmth on my eye, so I'm gonna take this kind of like reddish brown in that Ilia palette very lightly in my crease, then taking that orangey brown right above it as well. I don't think there's a shimmer under her eyes, but I kind of want to take this bronzy shimmer from that palette just directly underneath. I feel like the way the light is hitting her in that picture kind of makes it look like there's shimmer. So I think this is pretty much it. I think I'm done. Tell me what you guys think. Do I look more like her? Do I look less like her? It's really hard to tell. Hard to tell if I look more like her or look like myself with makeup on. I'm not, I don't know. Either way, I thought this was really fun. I've always been curious to see if I can make myself look more like her, and our face shape is a little bit different. I couldn't quite get my chin to look exactly like her. And she does kind of talk a little bit more with her upper lip than I do, so maybe I'm gonna talk with my upper lip. Maybe my voice just started to go a little bit higher there like hers. I feel like I'm gonna start singing a song from High School Musical. But I do see some similarities between us. I always kind of wondered what it would be like to meet her in person, if it would be weird. Because there have been times where I've been like watching like The Princess Switch, or I think Beastly at one point, and I looked up, I looked up from my phone, and it was kind of jarring. At the same time, I've always kind of not wanted to meet her, just because I feel like I would look like a Walmart version or like a Wish version next to her. And I think somebody did tell me that at one point, that I did look like a Wish Vanessa Hudgens. So maybe that's why I'm a little self-conscious about it. Either way, this makeup look I think is very beautiful. She's very beautiful, and I am very flattered to be told that I do look like her. And yeah, I'm just so happy to be back. Let's catch up in the comments and let me know what other videos you guys want to see. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time.